I have a second channel, Cube Comp MTDX. Hey everybody, it's time for yet another video about these two desktop computers. Today we'll actually be starting them up and see how they run. I just cleaned them out yesterday, and I cleaned the dust out of them. They still need to actually be wiped down and everything because they're still pretty cruddy looking, but I'm curious to see how these two things work. So the older HP, yesterday I went ahead and oiled the fan because it needs some lube. It needed to be oiled, and that should be good to go. So I'm going to test these two machines out and see how they do. We'll start out with the older HP. Okay, I'm going to plug in power to this and let's see what happens. This one starts up on its own. Let's see if it posts. Just make sure my video's in the right input. Oh, okay, it actually, hang on. It's funny, the power supply fan is running. And the two indicators for power and hard drive activity are, they're dim, but they're just somewhat lit. Really weird. So I'll actually press the power button and see what happens here. Definitely odd, I must say. Motherboard in this machine did have some bad capacitors on it, so make sure we're using the right input here. And we are. This one's not posting. Yeah, have a look at this, guys. You can probably see that right there as it's just somewhat lit. Normally these indicators are much brighter. So I'm going to attempt to shut this off. I'm going to just hold in the power button to see if anything happens. Okay, it does shut off. So you hear the hard drive spin up and everything. Yeah, it appears that Smart Fan is working because the CPU fan isn't running wide open. And I'm sure the fan in this one would probably sound like a little leaf blower if it was running at full speed. So let me just try something here. Let me disconnect power from this thing. Although I'm pretty certain the motherboard is likely bad in this machine because of the failed caps. I'm going to try a couple of things. I'm going to remove all but one stick of RAM. Not sure what this is picking up, but let me just do this right quick. I will say this, guys. I have seen a lot of hardware failures in computers that came from smoker homes. You know, the tar and all the stuff in the secondhand smoke, or the equivalent of secondhand smoke, is oftentimes enough to, when it gets on stuff, it can make stuff conductive. It can make the dust more or less conductive and really mess with motherboards and RAM and things like that. Okay, all but one stick of RAM has been pulled. Let's see if this thing even posts now. What's real bizarre is how it just starts up on its own. Still no post. Nothing at all. Yeah, so we might be parting this one out and reusing the case for something else later on down the line. And it has 4 gigs of DDR2, 640 gig hard drive. Not sure if it's healthy or not. It has a, I think a SATA DVD burner and Phenom triple core processor. Not Phenom 2, but the first Phenom. That was based off of socket AM2. Yeah, it's bizarre. This thing, well, let's take a good look at this thing. It's funny, the back fan isn't wanting to spin either. That's interesting. Oh, oh guys, look at this. Neither the CPU fan nor the rear fan are spinning. CPU heatsink is cold. That's bizarre, I must say. So let's try this. So there's the fans as I heard them earlier. CPU fan is came to a complete stop, and same goes for the rear exhaust fan. That's rather interesting. It's likely that it could be that the board is supplying such low voltage to these, or pulse width modulation. Or I should say, it's lowered the voltage to the point where these fans won't actually spin. It's like they're getting nothing now. That's really bizarre. So the only fan that's actually spinning right now is the power supply fan. The hard drive is operating because, of course, it's getting power. That's a rather bizarre way to fail. But yeah, as I mentioned, yeah, the tar and stuff from cigarette smoke gets in these things, and it can make stuff act really, really bizarre, I must say. So, not really anything too eventful with this thing, except for the kind of bizarre behavior that it's giving. Just for the heck of it. This thing has a good tight power socket. I'm going to pull that last stick of RAM out. Why not? Let's see if we get any beep errors for no memory. No beep, no audible beeps. Just same old behavior. The fans eventually ramp down to a complete stop. That's bizarre. Yeah, I think the motherboard in this thing's done. I mean, we got some caps failing back here, but I don't think I'm going to really even bother trying to recap this board, because the NVIDIA chipset may have also failed on it as well. There's no telling. Yeah. I mean, I might give it a go sometime later on, but chances are likely I'm not going to waste my time with it. So anyways, I think that wraps up for the first one. So what I'll be doing is I'll likely be pulling all the stuff out of this one. I might do a video or I might not. You pull all the parts out of it and clean the case up real good, and eventually use this thing for a build sometime, because I mean it's got a good case. Yeah, these late 2000s era computer cases from HP they're pretty nice. The way they're laid out. I like how the motherboard is upside down in the machine. It puts the CPU down in the bottom of the system where it's typically the coolest. I mean, you guys may have different opinions on it, but I kind of like these things. Okay, so that brings us to the second machine. The Intel Pentium dual core. Let's see if it's any good. So just like the first one, I'm going to try to power it up, see if we get anything. Hopefully this one will work, because I like to be able to refurbish this one. I mean, with some good cleaning, it would make somebody a nice little computer for whatever. I'm gonna take a guess. This thing might be based off of like Sandy Bridge or something like that, depending on its age. I don't know for sure, but yeah, I'm gonna have to fix that video connector. The little standoffs beside the VGA plug are stuck in the connector from the monitor that came from this thing. It's something I can fix, but yeah, still. Okay, no random starting up on its own, so that's a good sign. So let's see what we get out of this one. This one works good. Apparently it was shut down improperly. Still running Windows 7. Now, if this machine has personal information showing on it, like names or whatever, I'm going to have to pull the camera off. The fact that it's booting Windows is definitely a good sign. Let's see how much memory this thing has in it. I don't know how much it has. At least not yet. I didn't really look to see when I was in it earlier. And while this thing's starting, I'm going to go ahead and pull off all these plastic pieces that came with this thing from the factory. I mean, guys, look at this. Okay, so it has a password. So that's about as far as we're going to go today, I think. So I'm pulling the plastic off, and this, yeah, you can kind of see the buildup that's on it. It's a good, quiet running machine, I must say that. It's hard to tell, but you can actually see kind of see the tar color in the plastic just a little bit. And that reveals a nice shiny front bezel, like the thing just came out of factory. So with some good cleaning, the rest of the machine should look that way as well. Okay, so you guys might be wondering, okay, what are the specs on this dang thing? So we'll go into the BIOS and find out. I'm not going to bother with trying to clear that password. Oh, good. At the last second caught it. Alright, so here we are. 2.8 gigahertz Intel Pentium G640. 8 gigs of RAM. Not bad. 2 4GB sticks. So this thing will make a nice computer for somebody. that just tells you about the crappy BIOS setup utility we have here. Yeah, the infamous Hewlett-Packard setup utility. Oh man. Let's see what we have here. 500 gigabyte hard drive. This thing apparently does support UEFI, which is good because we're going to be putting Windows 10 on this thing. Yeah, not much to see in this BIOS, I tell you that, guys. Aim the camera up just a little bit so you can see it a little better. Yeah, the infamous Hewlett-Packard setup utility. The most amazing setup utility you can ever find. Not really. Probably the worst. Yeah, as mentioned, not much to see here. But yeah, 8 gigs of RAM, 2.8 GHz CPU, 500 gig hard drive, not bad. This thing would clean up and make a nice machine, I must say. It's unfortunate the other machine, couldn't say the same for it, but they make a nice parts donor. Has a good 300 watt power supply in it. Good case. You can make a nice machine, or you can make a nice build, I should say. Anyways, I think that sums up for these two machines. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Well guys, that's it for this one. But it doesn't have to be. There's plenty more videos on the channel to check out. Also, if you liked the video, please click the like button. And if you absolutely hated it, there is the alternative button as well. But yeah, please subscribe to the channel. I definitely appreciate it. And remember to click the bell so that we get notified of all updates. Also, if you're interested in things aside from computers and technology, check out my second channel. It's CubeComp MTDX. Over there you'll find videos about weather, elevators, bicycling, and pretty much whatever else I figure out to upload. So yeah, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you for your support.